Officially National Quitters Day today. And if you are amongst one of the patriots celebrating this day because you are tired of not reaching your goals and you feel like you keep making the mistakes when it comes to lose weight, this video is for you. Don't you go nowhere. As a matter of fact, tag your friends, share it out, say, hey, let me know you're here. And if you're catching this on replay, type a little replay in the chat. So it's crazy that today is National Quitters Day. And if you didn't know that it was National Quitters Day, let me know in the chat. If you did know, let me know in the chat. But it is the second Friday of each year. And it's crazy because we used to say people don't, barely get out of January, February, but folks ain't getting out of 2 weeks. But why? I'm gonna make this a series. As you see, the title of this is the biggest mistakes people make when trying to lose weight. People keep quitting because they keep feeling like they're failing. Let me know if that's you. And if you feel like you failed so many times, you typically stop, especially when things don't seem to be changing, right? So let's talk about the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to trying to lose weight. And I'm just going to tell y'all, can we be real today? Let me know if you want me to be real, because I've said it before. If you're watching this, you are a person of a certain age, which means it's time for you to stop playing. So let's get to the nitty gritty. Ain't no handhold. First thing y'all doing, and I'm going to talk about 4 things today, except I think I'm going to make this a series. The first thing y'all doing is that you're so desperate, and desperate's not a bad thing, but you can be desperate to lose weight so much so that you restrict your calories way too much. That's the first thing that you're doing. You're cutting your source of energy off. That's a problem. Yo, I need you to type something in the chat for me. And if this is your first time with me, type a 1 in the chat. If you OG, type OG in the chat. And I ask that because when I pull my mic, I'm getting real dramatic. Okay, listen up. Food is not your enemy. It's not. It is not stopping you from losing weight. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's not the chicken. It ain't the cheese. It ain't the pizza. Hey, Miss Maxine, welcome. It's not the cookies. It's not the ice cream. The food is not making you gain weight. Or the food ain't making you fat, whatever you want to say, right? And you're like, but how, Crystal? It's not the food itself. It's how much of the food you're eating and how you're eating the food. You're supposed to enjoy your food, but at the same time, you do have to be mindful to say, okay, how does this food make me feel physically? Not just even emotionally, but physically. Am I sleeping better or worse? Do I have more energy or less? Do I feel lethargic? Are my bowels moving? My skin looking good or not? These real questions, right? That's how you're supposed to look at your food. Not, oh, it's going to make me fat. No, it doesn't. Now, certain foods, if you keep on eating them all day, every day, then yeah. Okay. But it's not about restriction. It's really about a balance. Ask yourself, like, how much of this should I have? Can I just have some of it, or can I go for it? Dog, ain't nobody gonna tell you stop eating celery, right? But you got to think about that. But don't cut your calories off so much so that your body is not getting the energy that it needs. Like I said, food is not your enemy. Food is your source of fuel. By definition, calories are sources of energy. So how do you expect to get through your workday? How do you expect to get through your workout if you don't have energy in your body? How else are you going to get energy if you don't eat? Now, I know that let me back up. Let's talk about the numbers. All right. And if you have some water, drink up and type cheers. Let's talk about some numbers. As I said, people will do desperate things for a number on the scale. Mathematically, scientifically, whatever you want to call it, 1 pound is 3,500 calories. Okay. So if you eat 3,500 calories in excess of what you burned, you're going to gain a pound. If you burn 3,500 calories less, more than what you eat, you're going to lose, right? So theoretically, the idea is to cut the calories so that you can lose weight faster. Yeah, that's what you're thinking. Now, again, if you don't have energy in your body, you can't exert energy. Your body's going to shut down. It's going to go on like sleep mode. Say, girl, homie, you didn't give me enough energy to do anything. So now when people say, oh, my metabolism slowed down, and I'm pulling the mic even closer. For my folks who ever felt like their metabolism has slowed down, I want you to answer this question. And you don't have to answer in the chat, but at least answer it for yourself. Are you also one of those people who say, I don't know why I can't lose weight because I only eat once or twice a day? Let me know if that's you, or let yourself know if that's you, right? Because when you are only eating once or twice a day, your body is going in sleep mode, preservation mode. So it can't give you the energy to get through all this other stuff to burn more calories. It's literally just sitting stagnant. So don't restrict your calories so much so that you cannot get through your day. Now, if you want to know how many calories you should consume, there are a couple things you can do. If you are logging your food for weight loss purposes or just health purposes in general, which I believe everybody should, you will put your information in there. It'll ask you how much you weigh now, what your goal is, how active you are, and it'll tell you how many calories you should consume for that goal, because it'll also ask you in what time frame do you want to achieve this goal. Please be realistic on that, right? Now, this is what I'll tell you. When it comes to what they suggest for your calorie intake, listen, listen, okay? Don't say, well, oh, they told me to eat 1780, so I'm just going to do 1500. That way I get to my goal faster. No, that system is telling you how to lose weight in a healthy way. And you're actually going to lose because your body's getting enough energy. If you're not giving it the energy, you're not going to get there. All right. So everything is not going to be perfect. So what should be your range that you're looking for? Don't go over, when you want to try to not go over 50 calories more than what they suggested. And you don't want to eat less, 100, more than 100 calories less than what is suggested. All right. Or you can flip it either way. Stay between that 50 and 100. I like to go that way. But either way, you need to make sure you're eating enough calories to get the energy. But then also you want to stay within the range to reach your goals. All right. So don't restrict your calories so much so that you can't get through your day. Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if you have considered reducing your calories in order to lose weight. Mm. And if you don't believe me, let me see if I can pull it up. I don't know if I can pull it up. I want you to look something up, because a lot of conversation is around the BMI. Most people don't know about the BMI. I've heard about the BMI, your body mass index, that compares your muscle to your fat. But what I want you, when it comes to us discussing restriction of calories, I want you to know what your BMR is. That's your basal metabolic rate. That means the bare minimum number of calories that you have to consume in order to actually just get through the day and just breathe. All right. So I want you to find that out. You can go to, just look up BMR calculator. That's basal metabolic rate calculator. And it'll ask you even more information. So it'll ask you your age, your gender, and all that good stuff too. All right. So that's the first mistake. And if you're just joining me now, hey, I'm Crystal Taylor, the owner of Fitness is Not a Game. Oh, I didn't introduce myself that I am your health and fitness coach who specializes in helping women over 40 lose weight without dieting or exercising for more than 30 minutes at a time. And today we're talking about the biggest mistakes that people make when they're trying to lose weight. And the first mistake was over restricting their calories. The second mistake that I want to talk to you about is ignoring strength training. Lord, Lord, Lord. Folks become cardio queens and kings and forget how important strength training is. Look, I know that when you are on the machine and it's telling you that you burn 5,000 calories in 5 minutes, I'm exaggerating. I'm being real dramatic. But I know that it can be exciting to see that number. And you're like, oh, I want to keep that up, right? But cardio stops. I mean, calorie burn stops when cardio stops. Strength training, you're going to get the residual calorie burn because your body is working longer to repair those muscles. The more your body works, you see me doing this? That means the more calories your body is burning, right? It's burning more fat. It's actually burning that fat and building that muscle. It's almost like I was about to be so dramatic to say that the muscle eats the fat like nom 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 nom. Y'all gotta forgive me. Feeling goofy today, but it's facts. The more muscle you have, the more calories and fat you're going to burn. And I already said earlier, if you're watching this, you are a person of a certain age. Yeah. Which means you also need that muscle just to keep you healthier in the first place. Point blank in the period. The older we get, the more muscle, the more we need to focus on strength training, I should say. I'm not going to say the more muscle we need that makes you feel like you need to bulk up. No, but the more you need to focus on your strength training, right? But when it comes to this weight loss, think about when you feel sore for the next day or two or three sometimes, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sore, I'm so sore. That's that reminder that your muscles are still working to repair themselves. While they're working to repair themselves, they're burning calories, especially your bigger muscles. That's why people cry about leg day so much. Those are your biggest muscles. And when you put them to work, it takes a few days for them to repair themselves. That means you're getting good calorie burn residually on days. And I'll just give this a tip, but on days when you know you're about to have like a high calorie meal, it's great to work those big muscles like your legs and your back, because then you're going to get that residual calorie burn throughout the day. All right. Let me know if that's making sense. All right. As we get ready to go into mistake number 3. And this ties into number 2, because I said first, folks are restricting their calories too much when it comes to eat. Second, comes to eating. Second, they're overlooking the importance of strength training. Number 3, you are overestimating how much you're actually burning, how many calories you're burning during your workouts. And I know you're like, but girl, I got this watch on and it tells me. My watch don't lie to me. Yes, it does. Yeah, it does. And those machines that you use at the gym, yeah, they do. And especially since I was talking about folks becoming cardio kings and queens, like I said, you're on this machine and it's telling you that you're burning all of these calories. And you're so excited, you're running and you're on the elliptical, you're on the stairs, and you're like, oh, shoot, I done burned all these calories. No, you didn't. That machine don't know you. Everybody's body is different. That is truly just a guesstimate. It truly is. So you get all excited looking at this machine and you think that you burn 700 calories when in reality you could have easily only burned 500 and 550. You're like, well, Crystal, I'll take that though. Burning 500 calories is good. It is. But Remember I talked about tracking your food? If you're tracking and logging your foods and your activities, because a lot of folks work out so that they can earn whatever food they want to eat. Let me know if that's you. But they'll put their exercise inside of their food log. So that way, at first you only had 300 calories left, but oh, now that you worked out, now you have 800 calories. Yay, right? That's what y'all do. And then you want to know why you're not losing weight. But I digress. But that's why it matters. Because if you think that you've earned 800 calories or 700 calories when it's really only 500, you are possibly eating 200 more calories than you should in order to reach your goal. Let me know if this is making sense. And I'll tell you, I did a test one time. I was curious because I'm on the treadmill and I'm running and I'm looking at how many calories it says that I was burning. And I was like, oh, that's a lot of calories. And I was like, I don't know if I ever see my watch tell me that I'm burning that many calories during the same time. Right. So I said, I'm going to start both of them at the exact time, at the exact same time to see how many calories it says that I was burning. Yeah, that machine, the treadmill gave me an extra 100 and something calories. Now, what's the difference? The machine, again, doesn't know me. It doesn't know my body. It doesn't know how much muscle I have compared to fat. It doesn't know how tall I am. It doesn't know my weight. It doesn't know anything to be able to say, yes, this is what you burn. Whereas my watch knows a little bit more about me. But guess what? This watch, just because it's attached to my body, isn't the most accurate either. Yes, it knows from the app how tall I am, what my weight is, and it's also getting some of my heart rate, right? But it ain't getting everything. The most accurate ones are the ones that are closer to your actual heart to be able to determine what you're actually exerting, right? So, this is my suggestion for you is for you to not log or track how many calories you burn during your workout for the sake of weight loss. Please keep moving your body. I'm not saying don't move at all. I'm saying do it for the sake of being healthy, right? Do it for the sake of moving your body. Do it for the sake of being able to. But don't go run to your app and say, "Ooh, child, let me put in here that I burnt this many calories because now I can eat more." Let me know if this is making sense because it's setting you up for failure. All right? Y'all let me know if y'all ready for this last one. And if that made sense, type make sense in the chat for me. And this is the last one. So we're going to talk about 4 today. I think I'm going to make this a series because I got a whole bunch of them to tell you. It's a lot of mistakes folks are making. And if you've made any of these mistakes so far, let me know. If you've made the mistake of over restricting how many calories you're eating, because that was the first one I asked you to that I told you about. Type a 1 in the chat. If you've made the second mistake of ignoring strength training, type a 2 in the chat. If you made the third mistake of over relying on these machines to tell you how many calories you burn. If you've overestimated your exercise before, type a 3 in the chat. And number 4, this is your last one. Just obsessing over the scale. And I do mean like for real obsessing over it and saying, you know what, this is the weight that I need to be. If you've created or set a weight loss goal this year, the last year, just have one in your head. Some people correct me. I don't make New Year's resolutions, but you sure got goals and weight loss goals in your head. Resolution goal, it's the same thing. And it's okay, right? But when we have that number in our heads, sometimes we lose sight of what's important. That number on that scale doesn't mean too much. It really doesn't. It doesn't tell you if you're healthy, because I, I'm gonna say this. There are a whole bunch of unhealthy, skinny people who weigh your goal weight, and there are a whole bunch of extremely healthy, overweight people. You know what makes them healthy? Their A1C, their blood pressure, their cholesterol, the lack of medications that they're on, right? That makes them healthy. It doesn't matter what that number says on that scale. It doesn't, right? But too often we obsess. What can I do to get this number right? And then we start doing unhealthy things in order to get this number. Let me know if this is you. We're starving ourselves. We're doing hours of cardio, right? We're taking these pills and drinking these boo-boo juices. We're wearing doggone any and everything to make us sweat more and all that stuff, so that when we get on the scale, it says we lost more. Oh, excuse me, we're not going to talk about the colonics. Right? Not colonoscopies, not the procedure to check for your health. It's folks who won't even go get their colonoscopies, but they'll go get a colonic just to clean out their doggone colon and say, oh, I weigh a pound and a half, 2 pounds lighter than when I walked in. All right, go eat something. Let's see if you say the same thing in 45 minutes, right? So when we obsess over that scale, we start doing these things that are not healthy for our bodies just for a number on the scale. That in itself is hindering. There we go. That's what I want to say. It's hindering the progress you want to make. Because you're constantly like, well, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? You're making unhealthy decisions as opposed to trusting the process. All right. So I hope this has helped somebody. If this helped you, say this helped me, Crystal. Let me know in the chat. Or somebody needs to hear these. And even though we're talking about them as being mistakes when it comes to weight loss, these are also mistakes when it comes to being healthy overall sometimes, right? We need those, we need that strength training. Those muscles protect our joints and our ligaments. Right? As we're getting older, look, we got to be stronger, more agile so that we reduce our chances of falling and things like that, y'all. We got to make sure we're eating so that we can get the energy to do all the things we need and want to do. All right. And just the act of overestimating how many calories you're burning during exercise, which could make you gain weight, that could mess with your psyche, because then you really get stressed and frustrated. Like what else am I supposed to do? I'm doing everything. I'm logging my food, I'm logging my exercise, and I'm still gaining weight. But that's possibly why. All right, because if that happens, then what do? Then you give up. And it's just a vicious cycle. All right. So let's focus on these health habits, I should say, and activities, right? As opposed to focusing on just weight loss, because I guarantee, you remember that? I guarantee that when you focus on those habits, your weight and or your inches will change. Yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna let y'all go on this National Quitters Day. It's so crazy. It's a holiday for that. On everything. But I'm gonna let y'all go on this National Quitters Day. If you're gonna quit anything, quit giving up on yourself. Right? Quit trying the same things over and over again that don't work, right? That's the definition of an insanity. But keep pushing for yourself. All right. So, and again, oh, yeah, if you've been struggling with losing weight and getting, not even getting the focus, but even the direction on other things that you can do that will get you towards a healthier lifestyle so that you can start seeing the results that you want to see in the mirror. That's what I say. You may not see the results on a scale, but you'll see it in the mirror. I guarantee you that. If you need help with that or you just want some reminders, some encouragement, some push, make sure you join the F the Scale challenge that I have next week. It's free, 4 days, I believe 7 p.m. Central, each of those days. And we're going to come on and just talk about the things that really matter. These healthy habits that you should implement so that you can start feeling more energetic, so that you can possibly get back to that old outfit that you used to love, right? So you can sleep better, so your skin looks better and things like that. All right. So fthescalechallenge.com. It's absolutely free. Tell your friends, tell your cousins, tell your coworkers so that we can have a really good year this year. I don't want y'all quitting 10 days in. And it's not even about your resolution. It's still about your goals, but your what your aspirations are, right? So I want you to stay on track with that. So as I said, I will let you go on this National Quitters Day. And hopefully I will see you in the challenge on Monday when we're getting started. So all right, y'all have a good day. If you have to go outside, please be safe. Oh, and stay warm. But please be safe because I just want you healthy, want you happy, and I want you here. All right, y'all.